Los Angeles, California, a U-Haul truck with Arabic writing on the side is trying to ram protesters in downtown LA. Is this like a case of friendly fire? What the fuck is happening? What the fuck? Are they just attacking each other now? That's what it seems like. What is going on? This is the video we just watched. U-Haul truck with an Iran anti-regime change message hung on its side just rammed through a pro-Iranian freedom rally in Los Angeles. Scanner radio indicates police calling for backup and truck surrounded. How long until the United Arab Emirates also makes us a country full of radicals that they can't send their people to like they did the UK? That's crazy. An anti-regime change for Iran message. A U-Haul truck ramming through a pro-Iranian freedom rally in Los Angeles. Our country has become the sandbox. What happened to we're fighting them over there so we don't have to over here? What the fuck happened to that? A bomb squad requested for the U-Haul truck? What the fuck? Officer requesting help for a large group in the area. Multiple ambulances requested. 200 people surrounding a U-Haul truck. Multiple people injured. Skirmish line being set up near Rochester and Veteran. One suspect in custody. Crowd is following the officer and the suspect. Crowd trying to take the suspect from the officer.
What the hell is a spicy cat raid?
Why? Multiple people were hit by the U-Haul truck. EMS is not able to get through the protester. What the fuck? Units from outside divisions responding. Crime scene tape is set up. Officers are trying to get people out of the area. Unknown number of injuries or extent of them. Went to a party on Veteran Avenue, came out, and there's the Iran protest march right in front of the building. Caught on video, this asshole ramming his U-Haul through the protest. I think what's actually insane here is that these are people protesting. I don't know why they're protesting in LA. I'm going to be real, because Iran is already having like their mass scale protests to get rid of Khomeini because they no longer want the Islamic regime. So these people have arranged a protest in LA because they also want Khomeini gone. And somebody who is pro-Khomeini, pro-Islamic dictatorship in Iran hit these protesters with a truck. What the fuck is happening in LA? Someone's on the top of the truck here. You can see a guy is like laying on the top. Is this a guy who's like complicit with the attack, or what's going on here? There's also a sign in English on it. It says, "No Shah, no regime. USA, don't repeat 1953. No mullah." Well, the people of Iran no longer want the Ayatollah. The people of Iran should be able to remove the Ayatollah if that is what the people of Iran desire, right? And again, it seems like it, as there are mass-scale protests in all 31 regions of Iran, and protesters are being murdered by the government here. It's part and parcel of living in a big city. Thanks, Sadiq Khan.
Holy fucking shit! Holy fucking shit! Holy fucking shit!
So, like, I know this is a serious moment, but it's kind of hard to, like, put your serious face on when you have some, like, person in a Californian accent going, "Holy fucking shit! Holy shit! Oh, holy fucking shit!" It's just like, it doesn't... I hate the Californian accent, man. I hate it so fucking much. So we are pro-protester this time. Yeah, it looks like the protesters would be the good guys in this case, right? I mean, anyone ramming a truck into protesters is a bad guy. Asterisk. I want to make that fucking clear. But yeah, the protesters aren't filthy fucking commies. They're wanting Iranians to be free. A U-Haul truck plows into crowd at pro-Iranian protests in downtown Los Angeles. Who would do this? Well, I mean, we already have our answer.
Matt Seedorf, that a U-Haul truck drove into that crowd of pro-Iranian demonstrators.
That's a huge flag, dude. Damn.
Outside of a federal building in Westwood. LAPD on the scene there, and we still don't know how many injuries are reported. Another look at that U-Haul truck on the scene there just a few moments ago.
That is a lot of crime scene tape.
Again, this U-Haul truck, it's being reported, it drove into this pro-Iranian demonstration in Westwood, Los Angeles. We're going to continue to follow this news. We don't know how many people were in.
Your mother just asked, what is it with terrorists and U-Hauls? They're driving up the prices for normal folks who just want to move. Furious crowd pulls truck driver from his vehicle, smashes it after he mows into protesters in Los Angeles. At least one injured. Now, you see, I'm glad that the truck driver is low IQ, because this could have been so much worse.
The Ayatollah had said he had declared war on Trump personally last week and that the Dom would be overthrown.
Oh.
Mind you, Trump openly mulled targeted strikes on Iranian targets this weekend. Congratulations IRGC, you played yourselves.
Yeah, I feel like this is probably going to prompt some kind of retaliatory thingamajigger since he put those planes in the UK already. Thank you, Internet Zen Master, my guy. Thank you. And as I was saying, I'm glad that the truck driver is low IQ because, like, he already drove through the protesters. He's already fucked. So why would he stop? Right? Like, if you put your mind in the mind of a terrorist, like, fucking vile individual like this, if you already started doing this, why would you stop and let them pull you from the vehicle, right? Like, you would just continue. So again, I'm very glad that this individual driving the U-Haul is low IQ and saved the lives of so many more people. Thank fuck he is incompetent. This image makes you think of Dawn of the Dead. Jesus Christ. Even the most hardened of people can be shocked when they actually do the thing they thought they wanted to do. Maybe. Maybe. If he was packing a bomb, him stopping actually makes sense. Oh, you got a point there too. That's a good point. If he was planning on detonating a bomb, because we did read that tweet where they said they called a bomb squad for the U-Haul. If he was planning on detonating, having people surround the U-Haul would make sense as a plan. Jesus fuck. This guy finally asking my question. How did this guy end up on the roof? Is he complicit or is he some kind of protester that managed to get up on the top? Honestly, the only scary part is the guy on top of the U-Haul. I don't think that's the only scary part, but yeah, that's the guy I have questions about. How did he get there? Was he part of the plan, or was he a protester that managed to get on top? Oh, here's a different picture. A truck with the inscription, "No Sean, no regime, USA, don't repeat 1953. That's the English text we read. I definitely can't read the rest of this text, but that's good that they posted all of it. That means that this other panel was removed and this other one was ripped. I can't read that. I wish I could. California Spider-Man is not as good at stopping crime. People started tearing the signs off. Yeah, well, I mean, good, right? They should. And there's another video. They attacked him first. You hate that you have to defend that asshole? What? Such a confusing situation. Jumping on top, shooting the cabin from the top would be a move. Would be, but they're in California, so I don't think anyone here had a gun. This is what it says on the side of the U-Haul, if this is even a real video. If this is even a real video. Remember that propaganda game that we played out of the UK? Where they said that looking for more information is part of the radicalization pipeline? This guy could have just looked for more videos, because, like, they're there. You can see more videos of this truck actually existing. Oh! Oh my god! Dude, he just bare-fisted that fucking window! What the fuck? Chaos erupts as U-Haul truck plows into crowd at anti-Iranian protest in Westwood, LA. This guy's just built diff, god damn! Okay, so this is multiple videos stitched together, I guess.
Spicy cat
You think he had one of those glass breakers in his hand? Oh, okay, that might make sense. I definitely couldn't see it, but I guess it's because of the angle. Good fucking lord, dude. The way he was positioning his fist implied he had a breaker. Maybe. I've never broken a window before, so I wouldn't know. Oh, he's bleeding. He bleeding. He did drive into the crowd regardless if he was attacked first. If you are in a car and you are driving and your car gets swarmed by people trying to break into your vehicle, you are well within your right to try and drive away. Right? Like, you are now in fear of your life because people are trying to drag you out of your vehicle. Why, unfortunately, you'd have to defend the guy that was attacked, though? Because I think the things on his vehicle are detestable. I think trying to support the Ayatollah that has reigned terror on Iran for decades is a terrible thing. But if he was attacked first, I would have to defend him, regardless of how abhorrent I find his position. Remember Reginald Denny? Dude got murked on the opening days of the Rodney King riots? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I wonder if, like, there's a way that if there is a mass scale protest going on, that you can kind of block off the area to any vehicles. Because I think that might have much better situations.
You're getting a vigorous spanking because you've been a bad girl.
He was obviously counter-protesting with the signage on his truck, but that would be his right to express that opinion. He definitely picked a very heated crowd to counter-protest alone in a vehicle. Yeah, which, like, again, I would very much want more information before I attempt any kind of he was attacked first and so I must defend him kind of position. Because, like, maybe the bomb squad was just called not because he actually had something, but because it's just you routinely have to check anyway. I don't know. And I would definitely be like, come on, dude. Why would you drive a U-Haul with that signage into this crowd? Right? That like makes me wonder about what his goal here was. Right? Because he could have just come with signs, and he could have come with, like, a megaphone like the other people did, putting himself in a vehicle to drive around in a heavily dense, crowded area like this. Makes me wonder what his motivations are, right? Did he have ulterior motives? Did he intend to incense the crowd so he could run them over? I don't know. This is literally happening in the last, like, 20 minutes. This is literally just happening. We don't have enough information. This is definitely a more info needed situation. 100%. 100%. Does seem a bit suspicious. Yeah. And like I said earlier, I'm not going to defend someone just ramming a car into protesters. Like, that would be fucked up. I know they're chanting in a foreign language, but after so many repetitions, it sounds like, please shut up. Please shut up! 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 Jesus. Is this see, like, I can't tell. Is this before or after he already tried, like, purposefully running people over, right? Is this before? After? If this is before, a case could be made for him fearing for his life. Again, why would the fuck would he bring a U-Haul here either? That's just a dumb decision to make. The signs are still up here, and that's when they break his window. So all 3 signs are up, and then they break his window. And they're banging on the glass before and after they break his window. And he sits there. He sits there and does nothing. And then on this video of him driving into the crowd, he has a broken window. The first sign is completely pulled off his vehicle. The second sign is there, and then the third sign is ripped. So, by the looks of it, and I hate that we have all of these, like, piecemeal videos that we have to deal with. From the looks of it, people were trying to attack him before he ran through the crowd. And that again brings me back to this guy on the top of his U-Haul. Is this a guy that was working with the guy driving the truck, Or is this a protester that jumped on the top of it? We do not know. How did police not stop him from driving up? That's what I'm wondering, because it's like, I mean, I've seen some of these protests that do have the streets blocked off. So why didn't this one? Why wasn't this a blocked off street? How did that guy get on the roof? This is the same video from earlier. This is the glass breaking one, which happened earlier. I really hate how so many of these are like chopped up clips instead of like one long footage. Like it's very frustrating. And this is after he is stopped and he's pulled out of the vehicle and he's detained by police. Moment of the terrorist attack on the demonstration of Iranians in Los Angeles. I can understand, and I think I also ran with saying terrorist attack because that's what it looked like. That's the information I had when I first brought up the first few tweets. If the timeline shows that he got attacked first and then drove into the crowd, that would make this not a terrorist attack. It would make it very easy to call it a terrorist attack because it is a pro-Khomeini regime guy running into anti-Khomeini protesters. It would make it a very easy call to call it a terror attack. And again, if he wasn't doing this on purpose and he wasn't trying to do anything but flee, it would make sense why he stopped. The stopping would make sense under that logic. But why did he put himself in this situation? Retard. He's a retard. He shouldn't have done that. Why the fuck would you bring a U-Haul to a crowded protest like this? Like, again, this is where I'm going with the intent that I said earlier. Either he's just full-on fucking retarded, or he purposefully came down this area with a U-Haul knowing that he would be attacked, and could use that as an excuse to then run over people against the Iranian regime, which then would denote it back to being a terrorist attack. Imagine the plot twist if you thought it was a pro-regime protest. Jesus Christ. But we just do not have a whole lot of information at this current time. You'd caution against the creating situation logic. A lot of people use that against Rittenhouse when he was attacked. He wasn't trying to drive a truck into crowded protesters. He was standing outside of a building he was trying to protect. Like, again, I think that's comparing apples to oranges in this case. And once again, as was brought up earlier, you also have the history of pro-Islamic regime people being violent. This could just be some retard who took his truck into an area he shouldn't have been, who wanted to protest but like should not have been allowed down the street. It could have been a failure of the police not blocking off the road. We will need more information. Ollie Wally, thank you. The signs look bolted through the truck. Were they? I'll have to look. It looked like tape. Oh, this is the driver's side. Is this before the cop show? His window looks broken on the other side. Why did he roll the window down though? I don't want to listen to that Californian lady say holy fucking shit another time. And this is that other video from the beginning that we saw. You said the signs look bolted. Let's see. Oh, that one does. That sign does kind of look bolted on. That's kind of crazy. Are you allowed to do that to fucking U-Haul trucks, man? What the hell? Thank goodness there's no reports of any deceased after the... Yeah, that's true. I haven't seen anything that says anyone's actually been killed. I've seen a couple of these posts that we've seen that said injuries, which injuries also bad, but silver lining, so far, no one has been killed. Kick streamer Konvy reportedly shot while live streaming. Friend Aiden Ross confirms incident. Kick streamer Konvy was reportedly shot while live streaming in the Bronx, New York City, according to social media posts and viral clips shared online. Meanwhile, streamer Aiden Ross, a close friend and roommate of Konvy, addressed the incident in a live stream and confirmed that it was real. Yeah, I don't know, we're figuring it out right now, guys. I have no reason to lie about anything, Ross said. He added that he had received verification about the event, so I'm telling you, I got confirmed it's real, it's a real situation, it's not bullshit, it's not fake shit. As of now, I can tell you guys it's 1,000,000% real. Actually, While I was reading this, I just had a fucking brain blast. Someone in chat was like, who would shoot at these guys? Who even are they? Do you guys remember months ago when I covered some, like, YouTube shooting where they were both incredibly tiny channels, but they had some, like, ridiculously crazy beef between each other? And one of them actually went out to the Las Vegas Strip and murdered the other YouTuber. And I don't remember if he also shot the wife or not, but he murdered the YouTuber. And possibly, I can't remember if he shot the wife or not. But like that was fucking insane. Like, actually insane behavior over, like, a tiny amount of views. I do not understand, like, this strange hidden ecosystem of small streamers unironically trying to harm each other over small amounts of views. He killed the wife, too? Jesus Christ, I couldn't remember. YouTube turf wars be crazy, yeah. Someone remember that was kind of nuts and extremely petty? It was ridiculous. Actually ridiculous. Clout hits some people like crack. It really do. His comments provided the first public confirmation from someone directly connected to Konvy. A video of the alleged shooting circulated on social media platforms with users commenting under the video. They obviously weren't shooting to kill, one wrote. First dude was hit, he went limp, wrote another. A user said, this is terrifying. Streaming content is never worth risking your life. Hoping everyone is safe and that those responsible are caught. Authorities have yet to provide official information regarding the incident or any ongoing investigation. And I want to point out that for some reason, a lot of streamers have been getting attacked, IRL. And I don't even mean like the nuisance streamers who everyone would cheer if they got punched in the face. I mean, like, streamers have been getting stalked and stabbed and apparently shot at. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? What the actual fuck is happening? Why do this? What is even the point? The enemy of any VTuber is the VTweeter community. Yeah, but they can't actually be rivals because they don't actually do anything. That's why they're VTweeters. They put a laser on his head. The only reason they didn't kill him is because they can't aim. Yeah, that's fucking scary, man. That's actually scary. And like, I'm sure, like, him rewatching that footage and realizing, like, what was going on, I'm sure he's also spooked, even if he's putting on an air of bravado. And what the fuck is not shooting to kill? If you shoot, you know it might kill, even if it's not your goal. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question. What do they mean by they obviously weren't shooting to kill? What does that mean? That's a great question, now that you mention it, chat. What do they mean by this, especially since the laser was on the guy's fucking head? Is he trying to imply this was like some sort of stunt to gain viewers? Because like, if that would be the case, it's probably like the dumbest thing you can come up with. I would put this like right underneath that couple who had like his wife or girlfriend or whatever shoot him with a deagle through a Bible or some shit. I can't remember if it was a Bible or a dictionary, but it's like, why would you do that? Why would you hold up a fucking book and expect that to stop a deagle? What is wrong with you? A laser on the head of the guy on the left, shooter jerked trigger and got the one in the middle? That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like, but why would anyone do this? And since it seems to be streamer beef, I'm sure whoever shot isn't gonna be able to keep their mouth shut about it, because they're gonna want the clout that comes from it. So I'm sure we'll find out who did it within the week. It's not Chicago, but you're pretty sure wanton violence is still a pretty regular thing in New York. One of the big things I remember about streamers in New York is when Kai Cenat tried giving away, I think it was PS5s, and he got fucking swarmed. And it was horrifying to see. I was just like, this guy is taking such a huge fucking risk when you see how large the mob that came out was and how they were trying to get into his vehicle. Like, that is terrifying. Oh, he fucked up there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he even admitted, like, that might have been a bad idea. Watch the moment when a kick streamer known as Konvy had a laser pointed at him first and then was shot seconds later, all while on live stream in the Bronx. So far, it's unclear if anyone was injured. Multiple shots were fired. Wait, if he had a laser on him and then he was shot, what do you mean it's unclear if anyone was injured? I feel like if you get shot, you're injured, right? Am I crazy?
Single week? What are you talking about?
Bitch, my KCIP is $5. Fuck you talking about?
Wait, where was the laser?
What the heck?
I love this guy. This doesn't look like a 5K viewer chat. Well, you know. The anti-view botters are getting really ornery if they're carrying out hits now in real life. Oh, yeah, it is brief. I see it. I see it. Chat, we have liftoff. I see it. Yeah, no, I was looking at this guy because somebody said the guy on the right, and I was like, what? Oh, Clue. We're playing Blue's Clues. Yay! Oh god, could you imagine a Blue's Clues version of like Who Shot the Streamer? That'd be crazy.
Somebody got shot, and as of right now, he's in the hospital. And I think it was who was he with? JJ got shot. So JJ's shot. All shit aside, chat. So,
well, hopefully he will be okay, and it wasn't any kind of like.
And I'm getting them a
really
jet out of here.
Shot.
I hope it's not fatal. I really, really do hope it's not. So please, guys, that's what's confirmed. And all I ask is, please, you guys pray.
Nicole Good, a part of an ICE Watch group, DHS sources say. Nicole Good was a member of an ICE Watch group that monitors and interferes with immigration enforcement operations. Nicole Good, the mother of 3 shot and killed by a federal agent after allegedly swerving her car towards them, worked as a Minneapolis-based immigration activist serving as a member of ICE Watch. Good died on Wednesday after allegedly moving her car towards agents in what the Department of Homeland Security described as an act of self-defense. Homeland Security sources told Fox News that the group aims to monitor, track, interfere, and oppose ongoing federal immigration enforcement operations. The group is present in multiple sanctuary cities across the country. While the group typically refers to themselves as quote-unquote legal observers, sources said members will often attempt to interfere with federal operations. She was a warrior. She died doing what was right, a mother named Lisa, whose child attends the same school as Goods, told the New York Post. What a fucking retard. I know she was doing the right thing. I watched the video plenty of times, but I also know in my heart, the woman she was doing everything right. That's crazy that we can hear this in an article. Well, yesterday we watched that video of those people being like, we can't say her name. She was a white woman. That's reserved for women of color. And it's like, okay, all right. According to DHS, Good followed federal ICE agents to 2 other locations prior to the shooting and was blocking the roadway to interfere with ongoing enforcement in the area. Federal authorities are looking into these groups to determine their sources of training and funding. Video circulating online shows an ICE officer approaching Good's stopped SUV and attempting to open the driver's side door before the vehicle drives forward. A second agent standing in front of the vehicle then fires multiple shots at close range. ICE Watch-style networks have been linked to multiple confrontations with federal agents throughout the country, including incidents involving individuals using vehicles to block or strike officers. I would really like to know more about this, like, school that she had her kid enrolled in that's apparently just another training camp for good little foot soldiers. Like that one lady that we read about who writes children books about how to be a good little ally. Jasmine's nothing like you. She's black. Tim Walz announces a day of unity, a voluntary moment of silence. Dude, Tim Walz is such a fucking freak.
Hi everyone, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz here. You witnessed in Minnesota yesterday a tragedy, the death of Renee Good on the streets at the hands of a federal agent. You also witnessed last night a beautiful vigil, a peaceful vigil, people expressing their constitutional and First Amendment rights in a peaceful manner, and for that I say thank you. I've been very clear, we need a couple things here.
Bored liberal white women are a plague on society. I would bet money most ICE Watch people nationwide are women from the Rainbow Coalition or useful straight a hobby that isn't interfering with law enforcement for the love of God.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The bored liberal women who desire to get manhandled. Thank you, Internet Zen Master. And I don't think anybody would care if he wanted to call for some sort of like moment of silence for her. Because again, it is sad that she had to die, that she made these decisions that brought her to this point of trying to run over a federal agent. Nobody would care if he wasn't one of the people fomenting this kind of violence, encouraging people to do these kinds of things, and the resounding celebration from people on the left when Charlie Kirk got assassinated. I think most people would not even register this. It would just be, okay, that's great, moving on.
Minnesota to carry out this investigation to make sure that the professionals at the BCA and that local law enforcement who's in charge of law enforcement make sure we do the investigation, and then to pull back this unnecessary surge. And so with that, I would ask for all of us to continue to do this peacefully, continue to raise our voices, but do so in a manner that brings about that sense of community. In Minnesota, I'm declaring tomorrow at 10 a.m. on January 9th, I'd ask everyone to pause for a moment of silence, to remember Renee Good, also to remember all that's good and right about this nation.
You know what would be good and right about this nation? If we got to see you carried away in handcuffs, because there's no way the level of fraud in Minneapolis happened without you knowing about it, Mr. Governor Man.
And I'm going to ask folks if they can, I'd ask employers to give their people some space. I'd ask each and every one to find a way to contribute in your community. It might be shoveling your neighbor's walk. It might be being at a food bank. It might be pausing to talk to someone you haven't talked to before, but to show the goodness, to rise up, to make sure that we're being very, very clear about this, that we expect our constitutional rights to be respected, that law enforcement is local, that we expect accountability of our elected leaders.
Law enforcement is local. What did he mean by this? This is part of the, like, you want to bring out the Minnesota National Guard to fight the feds kind of thing, guy?
And that we are not going to go quietly, and we're not going to give up on those things that matter so much to us. And chief amongst those is human dignity, respect, rule of law, all of the things that we know.
This guy talking about human respect, dignity, and rule of law while he's letting foreigners take billions of dollars in taxpayer money is really rich. Really rich. It's like, do you even hear the words coming out of your mouth of fucking dollar store Joe Biden?
Make this country great.
Tim Walz is what makes this country not great. He's one of the reasons why things are not so great. He has the gall to talk about respecting the rule of law. Imagine. Battleizer, thank you. Funny to hear him say this about someone who went there to protest and committed a crime. They love their fucking criminals, and I will never understand why. It's insanity. And we have Julie Kelly here saying her wife was a participant in the Minnesota Ice Watch movement. A few days before the incident, Minnesota Ice Watch held virtual seminars on how to disrupt ICE operations. Since Becca Good can be heard on video taking responsibility for what happened after the shooting, it's safe to assume she directed Renee Good to impede traffic and instigate a confrontation so Becca Good could record and post on social media. Now, considering Rebecca's kids were also in that school, that's a radicalization chamber, I don't necessarily think we can blame her wife entirely on this. Maybe the wife radicalized her previously, but I don't think the wife had to do much convincing to get her to come down here at this point. I do think the wife is complicit, considering the wife said, "Drive, baby, drive," when the ICE officer was in front of her wife. That makes it seem like, maybe we should also take this woman in. And then you have the Minnesota Watch, I guess this is an Instagram account. I don't use Instagram. Minnesota Macaque? What the fuck? Send any tips and sightings 24/7, autonomous collective documenting and resisting against ICE, police, and all colonial militarized regimes. And then obviously it shows that Becca Good was following them. And then, what's this last picture? ICE out of Twin Ports. ICE Watch welcome January 5th, 6 to 7:30 p.m. on Zoom. Minneapolis and the Twin Cities has begun to experience another massive surge in abductions and disappearances. New to ICE Watch and want to get involved, join this call to learn and get oriented by others who have been learning on the ground over the last 5 weeks. Already ICE watching and open to sharing your learnings, share your lessons from your time on the streets with those wanting to get involved. Okay. CBS reports that roughly 2,000 federal agents are deploying to Minneapolis for a 30-day surge that could include Bovino. They need more agents on the ground. More agents on the ground. This isn't a video, just a picture. Just a picture. The Libertarian Party of Minnesota. I always see the memes where it's like, I'm a libertarian, but I would never, ever, 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 ever criticize the left. It says a statement regarding ICE shooting today. Today, ICE agents opened fire on a woman in Minneapolis, killing her. Anyone paying attention knew that this was always going to happen. Always going to be the result of inflating federal agents in a city like Minneapolis. What did they mean by this? Inflating federal agents in a city like Minneapolis? Sending federal agents to deport people defrauding American citizens? What did you mean by this? Now Minnesota is on edge once again. One thing would have prevented this entire situation. ICE agents should have stayed home and stayed out of Minnesota. Yes, there are problems in Minnesota with fraud and corruption, but Minnesota has the responsibility of taking care of Minnesota problems. No one gets a free pass just because they wear a badge, and the federal government has no jurisdiction in Minnesota. Can someone explain to me, after how much screeing there was over states' rights when it came to like abortion and shit, why everyone is suddenly saying that ICE agents have no jurisdiction in Minnesota. Because, like, they're wrong, first of all. Like, they're completely fucking wrong. But also, why are they all saying that? It doesn't even make any sense. They continue, additionally, I'm calling for clear heads to prevail in a time when the truth of what was intended died with Renee Good, and groups across the board are trying to capitalize on her death to fit their narrative. What the fuck do you mean the truth of what was intended died with Renee Good? What the fuck do you mean? We have so much video, brother man. Grieve for each other, be angry, but reject the mob. Bring the officers involved to justice. Well, that sounds certainly like you're taking a side there. Lastly, abolish ICE. You're not fucking libertarian, bro. For liberty, Rebecca Whitting, the chair of the Libertarian Party of Minnesota. And in very typical based fashion, the Libertarian Party of New Hampshire said, did we ever mention how our entire leadership team is men? Oh my god. Of course it's a woman. Yeah, that was my first thought. I also have another video here. Nick Sortor saying, holy crap, some bozo just threw an object at ICE in Minneapolis. This was the 8th. Agents bolted after him like freaking linebackers, tackling the assailant 75 yards away. Do any of them have like a nice little thigh garter on? Oh, that one does! That one does! It's a human right for ICE agents to have thigh garters for their holsters. Oh, you gotta pick up the gay fan. No, you can't leave the gay fan! Drop leg holster. He's got one too. He's got one too. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's great. Fucking double cheeked up. Capturing criminals. Nice of him to be in bright orange so they could pick him out. Usually it's like manual laborers who wear the bright orange, so I'm kind of surprised he's even there.
Dude, running with all that gear on?
Who is the chief in charge? Back up!
Who is the chief in charge? This isn't a fucking Walmart! You can't just ask to talk to the manager at the moment. Pants down, don't shoot.
I am medical. Don't worry about it. We have our own medical. If you need a real one, I'm here. Well, we won't.
In case you need a real medic, I'm here. What the fuck? Why do they all sound like that? That dude's definitely a doctor. Yeah, Dr. Dick, maybe. Lolbertards are professional do-nothing fence-sitters that do absolutely nothing other than complain and offer zero solutions. I would have 100% agreed with you until I saw how the Libertarians in New Hampshire acted. I don't know what the Libertarians in New Hampshire are eating, but they're unironically based and not fence-sitting retards, it feels like. See, look, they even help his pants come up again. How nice of them. We know what you're doing.
All right, we're moving.
Rebels!
Back up. Hey, just stay back. Hey, just stay back. Stay on the sidewalk.
That's a little wild how they need to be roaming around in like giant wolf packs inside like these kinds of violent antagonistic people. Why does this lady have... Is that a yoga mat? I don't know what that is.
Get the fuck out of here.
New Hampshire Libertarian Party had a split and had to purge the libtard libertarians. That's why they're so based. That makes sense.
Name a badge number. This you ain't got one. Name a badge number. What if you arrested for? You ain't got one. Fucking pussies. All of you are fucking pussies.
Andy Nyo saying he found the Venmo of the woman shot dead in Minneapolis by ICE after accelerating into an agent. Renee Good's mother was paying her bills, and her image features a Black Lives Matter logo. And in 2020, she paid someone for quote-unquote terrorism. Andy Neo showed here that she has Donna Ganger paid Renee Good electric bill, rent, help, house, pizza, coffee emojis, the Black Lives Matter logo, and then this payment in 2020, Renee paid someone named Nick DiLorenzo for terrorism. And I'm gonna say, like, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I feel like there's a lot of people that put silly shit on their payments to their friends and whatnot, right? I don't think if somebody was actually making a payment for terrorism, like, even as dumb as the majority of, like, far leftists are, I don't think they would do something like this seriously. I think this is probably a joke. You know, probably a joke. I would like to buy one terrorism, please. So, I don't want to say that this is, like, definitive proof of her doing a heckin' terrorism, just like she tried to do a heckin' murder. But, rioters have surrounded the hotel that ICE officers are suspected to be staying at and are attempting to break the windows.
That window is gonna break.
Is it? They don't really seem to be hitting it that hard. They just seem kind of retarded.
That window is gonna break. That window is gonna break. The hotel where ICE is staying, or where they think ICE is staying.
What is it? Chinga la... I can't read the last word. Chinga la migra. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Sounds like a slur. That's what I was thinking. It sounds like a slur. Spanish for fuck ICE? What the fuck? It means deport me. Minneapolis police surrender to anti-ICE rioters after officers have been attacked. They've now run away and abandoned the area, which has been taken over by leftist anarchists. It's time for the Insurrection Act. President Trump, local police have ceded control. And this isn't really surprising after Nick also showed that calling 911 literally won't help you.
Really? Back up.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck is this?
Raid. What the hell is this spicy cat raid?
What the fuck is this thing? He's got like a really tiny head, a really big arm, teeny tiny like Boston robotic legs. What am I looking at? What am I looking? Is this like a giant balloon with a duck on it? What am I looking at? It's a tuba? It's a sousaphone? It's a sousaphone? Why does he have a fucking sousaphone? And where are his legs? It's a blurry image. No. Hold on, let me fuck up my thing. Look, it's got the little bendy robot feet. And he ain't got no knees! Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no knees!
Back up.
Hey, Chief, why are you letting your city get like this? Why are you letting your city walk like this? Sorry, let's go. What the fuck is going on?
That's a great question.
You're a bunch of fucking bitches! No, not me. Is that me?
No, he's not him.
Oh shit! Let me back. What the fuck happened?
That's a great question. I feel like nothing was even happening and the police are just like, all right, fuck this, we out. But like, why? Tuba guy popping off.
Get back!
Why are they leaving? Police chief probably ordered them to stand down. I was just like, we knew that they were fucking useless by the way that they answered Nick when he called 911, but still, it's fucking, what the hell? Someone's investigating a Somali daycare. You know, that's right. If someone's investigating a Somali daycare, they better go take care of that instead of this riot. We have a tech tone here, commenting on this fucking lady. What the fuck did I just hear? Jasmine Crokket saying Jasmine Crokket things.
I remember when Charlie Kirk got killed. Do you? Do you remember what our response was?
Yeah, to cheer and to celebrate and to wonder why the right was deciding to use your tactics against you, a la getting people fired for celebrating someone who got assassinated. I remember that. I remember that very vividly because it was trending on Twitter for like a million hours.
Our response wasn't to sit there and pretend like it was okay.
That's true. It wasn't. It was to celebrate it because you were happy about it. It wasn't just okay. It was a good thing to you people.
What do you mean, you people?
Is it okay because you have a badge?
Oh, before I get called a racist, I mean you people Democrats, not you people black people, all right, okay? Oh, filthy little aunties out there.
Because the last time I checked, allegedly no one is above the law. Can y'all not just have a little bit of courage and humanity? A child.
Holy fuck, that was some impressive fake crying at the end there. I was not expecting her to try and pull that one out. Maybe she should be nominated for an Emmy. Crocodile tears make you angry. Oh yeah, it's also performative. Holy shit. And Tectone said, revisionist history. Charlie Kirk's assassination was mocked so much it was trending globally on Twitter. The man was slandered beyond belief. All he did was speak his mind and give others an opportunity to do the same. He was also a father. Do not let them rewrite history. And I like how he wrote it that way because this is what those people do. Remember just recently all of the shit with Sweet Baby Inc. and Cabrutus. Employees with Sweet Baby tried to get Cabrutus's account taken away from him. They attacked him first and then had all of their little activist journalist friends write articles rewriting history, trying to place the blame on him and gamers for attacking Sweet Baby. This is what they do. They will attack you, they will do disgusting things, and then when they feel like they have a martyr that they can laud over you and use your principles against you with, they will attempt to rewrite the history of what happened. Do not let that happen here. Do not let them do that. Here's another video of shit that was going down last night. Leftist rioters have broken into and begun looting downtown Minneapolis hotels. Minneapolis police have pulled out, and innocent civilians are totally unsafe and can expect no help from Walz. It's up to the feds. What are they gonna loot from hotels? Like the tables and shit? Like what are they gonna get from this? The soaps? Why would they take the soaps? They're so tiny. Oh my god, that guy was like climbing on that thing in there. What the fuck? Do you think this affects how much a room at one of these hotels costs right now? Do you think it's like super cheap? It's retaliation for housing ICE. They don't even know if ICE is here. And this looks like a completely different hotel from the last one they were attacking. So they're just like going to random hotels in Minneapolis and writing "fuck ICE" on it. They don't even fucking know, man. There was this guy here, a Virginia Project, a history-making pack from November 2019 and January 2025. They said, GoFundMe, you need to shut down the Rebecca Good Fund, and you need to shut it down now and turn over the names of the donors to federal law enforcement. Some random person, I don't know who they are, retired USAF pilot, combat veteran. They said, we've been retained by a client and we're filing a cause of action against GoFundMe. Stay tuned for updates. And the Virginia Project responded, if you're not kidding, I will happily promote any suit you're pursuing. So I don't know the rules around this, right? But if she was actually found to be committing a crime, would that not be against GoFundMe's policy? They didn't shut down the GoFundMe for Carmelo Anthony, did they? I don't remember that. But if they didn't shut that down, there's no way that this is going to get shut down. This would be providing material support to a terrorist, which is an actual felony. Maybe. It would be very interesting to see if it actually gets taken down. We have Minneapolis Border Patrol agents warn 2 white women in separate SUVs to stop trailing them and not to impede. Don't make a bad decision today.
If I continually see you following us, interfering with us, honking your horn, blocking our cars, you have a very high probability
Look at like this smug fucking self-narcissistic person. Self-narcissistic, I repeat myself. But like she's just smug and laughing and she's just like, oh, nothing's gonna happen to me.
Making a really bad decision and being arrested today, okay?
I think I'm making exactly
I'm not.
the right decision.
Oh, then why are you giving her a warning?
I'm giving her a warning to not interfere with what we're doing, to not make a bad decision today and ruin your life.
Well, bad
Okay,
decisions.
thank you.
That's funny coming from you.
Okay.
Why does this lady have adult diapers in the front seat? Why does she have adult diapers?
You're willing to bet dollars to pesos that they don't have porta potties at the protest. A diaper would be a smart idea if you're out there protesting and there's nowhere to piss or shit. So you're telling me that there's just hordes of these mentally ill retards running around protesting, getting rid of people here from other foreign nations, stealing their tax dollars, and they're also pissing and shitting in their diapers while they're calling ICE pussies and telling them to go home. I don't think we could make up a better joke than that. They're actually out here having full-on fucking adult tantrums, screaming at the real adults while shitting and pissing in diapers. That's insane. That's in-fucking-sane.
Alrighty, thank you. Have a good day.
I hope you have a terrible day.
Okay, thank you.
What a smug bitch. Oh, he would have a better day if he had one of those cute fucking holster things, though, I tell you what.
Watch out, it's slippery. Yeah, there's a lot of ice around here.
There is a lot of ice around there. You gotta be careful, bro.
Just so you know, if we continue to have you follow us, okay, have fun. Don't make a bad decision today.
What is illegal is stopping people unconstitutionally.
They're not stalking. They're here to deport people.
Don't interfere.
Don't interfere. Oh, I'm having flashbacks to the Digimon movie. That's such a good movie. We have this guy saying, the current state of the left, they're calling for Kristi Noem to be hanged, calling for Nick Shirley to be kirked, calls for state National Guards to go to war with ICE, sides with Tran de Aragua gangbangers who try to run over a CBP agent, sides with narco-terrorist Nicolas Maduro over the U.S. military, sides with Somali fraudsters over U.S. taxpayers. These people and their ideology must be defeated. And that's 100% true. Like, everywhere you turn, it's the left calling openly for violence with no repercussions, calling for blatant refusal of actually listening to law enforcement, siding with criminals, siding with gangs, siding with terrorists, anything and everything that can and will harm Americans, the left seems to be for. They're the insurrectionists, they're the fascist and Marxist, which is, well, once you understand that, the projection becomes all the more obvious. Out of all the things that come out of the ICE shooting in Minnesota, one thing is more important than all others. We found out that non-whites don't show up for the protest to support the white allies. That's true. We watched that video where they were literally saying, you know, we can mourn her death, but we have to mourn it in the right way because she was white. So we can't give her the special treatment we give others. And it's wild to see that, like, someone actually tried to run over an ICE agent and died for their cause, and they're still caught up in fucking racial issues. That shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. It doesn't make sense to me. He said, the dead woman is a true martyr for the cause, and literally no non-white person gives a shit. They even shit on whites for trying to equate her death to any black death, which is true. And I wouldn't say it's even non-whites. We had that white woman crying yesterday who was just like, I feel bad for crying because right now white tears aren't needed. And it's like, woman, what the fuck are you talking about? It's okay to be sad that someone died. You can still acknowledge that she was in the wrong and she got herself in that situation, but you can still be sad at the loss of life, man. Like, it's crazy that they have to ardently stick to these weird racial lines that they've made up. And he said, you have no idea how demoralizing this is to white leftists. It totally destroys the one struggle fallacy that they all believe. I don't believe this for 1 second. I don't believe that there are a lot of white leftists realizing that they're not one of the quote-unquote good ones. I don't think any of them are having this realization. I think they're going to continue along the same path. This one aspect alone can drive a wedge through their activist groups like no other. I disagree, unfortunately. They have been crazily propagandized. Keep reminding them, keep bringing it up, never let them forget that they can literally give their own blood to the cause, and it's still not enough, because in the end, you're still white. He said, you're there. In the end, you're still white. And fucking Mediker brought it up too, where he's like, do any of you guys remember the name of that guy who lit himself on fire for Palestine? Do you even remember what he looks like? I remember that it happened, but that's all I remember. In anti-racist sessions, there are whole modules on how white folks shouldn't expect any reward for their allyship, which is true. That they should be prepared to sacrifice their time and safety as co-conspirators without any recognition. And that is correct. We've read that shit. We've read that shit in, like, bridge stuff. We have another video. It said rioters now attempting to force their way through the vestibule into the hotel where they believe ICE is staying downtown. Security forces are becoming overwhelmed. Why does someone have like a weird little fucking music box? It's straight up a religious cult. It's horrifying. Marxism is a bit more horrifying than a simple religious cult, but yeah, kinda. Who bugged the ice cream man? Not the Sonic Ice Pops, man! Internet Zen Master, thank you. You say that now, Kirsche, which is why we need to keep bringing it up. We can break the conditioning. I have no idea if the conditioning can be broken in that way. But maybe. I mean, there's no reason not to keep bringing it up. Keep bringing it up. I just don't know if it'll have an effect. Droxash, thank you. Kirsche is a mutant confirmed. I hope not. My eyes would be glazing over so fucking hard. Like, this is just wild. I would also be really scared, in a way, if I were, like, these security guys. Because, like, what if you get overwhelmed? That is a very small corridor. Fucking cheese him! Yeah, where's Chester Cheeto with the cheese cannon, man? You hate their damn whistles? See, this guy could probably be cute if he just stopped being a filthy fucking communist.
Yeah. Like that's ever gonna happen.
Oh, he has a nose ring. Sorry, chat, it's terminal. He can't be fixed. It's so over. Do we really need the sound? Yeah, you have to immerse yourself in the filth. Imagine if we had smell-o-vision for streams. He was gay before Kirsche even could think that he might have been cute. What the heck? Oh, the drums are coming. Some zombie moaning levels of psychological damage. It really is. It does make me think of like when the zombie hordes come out in 7 Days to Die. Renee Nicole Good's wife screams, "Drive, baby, drive," just seconds before an ICE agent shoots her in a dramatic footage taken from his phone. Renee Nicole Good's wife was antagonizing ICE agents and even urged her to drive, baby, drive just moments before the fatal shooting in Minneapolis, according to shocking new video taken on the agent's own cell phone. The video, filmed by Agent Jonathan Ross on Wednesday and obtained by Alpha News, shows the heated interaction between the Goods in the lead-up to the shooting. Renee can be seen behind the driver's seat of the plum-colored Honda Pilot while her wife, Rebecca, stands in the street next to the car. A dog is also sitting in the back seat, peering out an open window. Doggo! As Ross records the interaction, Renee says to him, "That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you," before her spouse starts jawing at the federal agent, as whistles and sirens can be heard in the neighborhood. There are unironically people on Twitter trying to, like, defend her being in the right and the officer being in the wrong because she said, "I'm not mad at you," and after she hit him with her vehicle, he says, "Fucking bitch." I just like, I don't know what universe you're in, but if someone hits me with their car, they're gonna be lucky if the only thing I call them is a fucking bitch. Like, what the hell, dude? Have you ever been hit by a vehicle? Cause what the fuck? It's okay, we don't change our license plates every morning, just so you know, Rebecca said. It'll be the same plate when you talk to us later. That's fine, US citizens, which, considering they're from Colorado, are in Minnesota, and had Missouri plates, I just don't believe her. You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead. Rebecca sneers at Ross while filming on her own phone outside the car. Rebecca then tries to get back into the passenger side as an agent orders, "Get out of the fucking car," and Renee backs up. As the car is in motion, Rebecca, who's still out of the car, can be heard shouting, "Drive, baby, drive, drive," before Renee peels off and clips Ross, prompting him to open fire. A male can then be heard saying, "Fucking bitch." A video taken in the aftermath of the shooting Wednesday showed Rebecca sobbing as she cried, "It's my fault," and it is. And I hope she feels that guilt every single day for the rest of her life. "I made her come down here. It's my fault," she said, her face covered in blood after having attempted to help Renee. "They just shot my wife." The Trump administration has stood by the agent, describing the shooting as self-defense, while local officials in the Dem City have disputed the assertion and called the fatal shooting a murder. It is not. It is self-defense. Lefty activists in the Twin Cities, I did not expect to read an article that says lefty activists, in the Twin Cities are also remaining defiant, insisting that the shooting was cold-blooded, despite new footage showing the harassment and confrontation leading up to the incident. There's a lot more engagement in that one, but I still don't see where she, Renee, was at all threatening. Bruce Binger, a retired consultant for nonprofits and Stillwater resident, told the Post. Whenever I see, like, a consultant for nonprofits nowadays, I just think of fraud. I just think of, like, this guy had a nonsense job that he probably got decently rich off of, laundering money for other rich people. I don't think verbal abuse is a problem. It doesn't warrant shooting at somebody. The 73-year-old continued. What the fuck is he talking about? This is part of why they're not equipped to deal with, he said about ICE. What the fuck? I just think it's overkill, Colleen Mayer, who lives a few blocks away, insisted, suggesting it should have been treated as a traffic violation. Someone trying to run you over and actually hitting you with their vehicle is not a traffic violation. Oh, what the fuck? Nobody gets a death sentence for a traffic violation, she said. Whatever she did or didn't do doesn't involve a death sentence. She hit him with her vehicle. She was smiling while she did it. What the fuck do you mean? The 72-year-old retired glass design salesperson added that she suffers from so-called Trump rage trauma. I had a doctor's appointment and I told her I had TRT, Trump rage trauma. We're all suffering from that in this city. I think we've just upgraded Kirsche derangement syndrome to Kirsche rage trauma. Holy shit. Vice President J.D. Vance insisted that the new footage makes clear the immigration officer's life was endangered when he opened fire on her SUV. "Watch this as hard as it is," Vance said on X. "Many of you have been told this law enforcement officer wasn't hit by a car, wasn't being harassed, and murdered an innocent woman. The reality is that his life was endangered and he fired in self-defense." Donald Trump Jr. demanded an apology from the left-wing media in the wake of the bombshell footage. Virtually the entire left-wing media owes J.D. Vance an apology, starting with CNN. This video proves that he was right and they were all full of shit as usual. In a statement on Friday to the Washington Post, Rebecca said she and her spouse were on block to support our neighbors, adding, "We had whistles, they had guns." We were raising our son to believe that no matter where you come from or what you look like, all of us deserve compassion and kindness. That's true, and that's why everyone is still saying, well, she was just a white lady after she died. Renee lived this belief every day. She is pure love, she is pure joy, she is pure sunshine. Local activists told the Post this week that Good was part of a neighborhood anti-ICE group that used whistles to alert others to the presence of federal officials in the area. Outside a vigil in memory of Renee Friday, a box of whistles was left for people to pick up. Other protesters who had gathered in the street where Good was killed took out their rage on Minneapolis police who weren't involved in the shooting. Nazis, Nazi sympathizers, a demonstrator screamed. The police were literally and functionally useless. When Nick Sortor called them, they gave him a runaround, they hung up on him multiple times, they asked him if he was white, they weren't going to help him, and yet these police are still demonized by the protesters. This is ridiculous. It's just like they can't help but just attack everyone around them. The crowd was impeding into the street, and we want to keep the street open so traffic can flow, a cop told the Post. There's a fucking murderer on the loose, and you're fucking standing here, another yelled. Wish you would do something about it. Well, there was an almost murderer who would have been on the loose, but that brave ICE agent stopped her. So, you know, we're all actually thankful for that. And it's unfortunate that she had to do something like this in order to put herself in this kind of situation.